It rained at dawn, so I climbed a mountain and collected water-soaked leaves. I made a sample and observed it under a microscope. In the stillness of a forest floor, beneath layers of fallen leaves and soft soil, nature is quietly hard at work. While we often walk past decaying leaves without a second thought, these fragile remains of once green life are now home to an astonishing world we rarely see. This is a single, water-soaked, rotting leaf, collected after rainfall. To the naked eye, it's just a soggy piece of plant matter, fragile, brown, and torn. But under the microscope, it transforms into a miniature city, bursting with motion, complexity, and life. At the cellular level, the leaf structure is still partly visible. You can see the remnants of its veins, once highways for water and nutrients, now reduced to shadowy outlines. The familiar honeycomb shape of plant cells begins to blur as decomposition sets in. The once clear boundaries are weakened as cell walls break down and leak their contents. The leaf is no longer a leaf. It is a landscape in transition. And then, you notice movement. Tiny organisms glide through the film of water trapped between cells. These are bacteria, single-celled creatures, thousands of them swarming through this decaying ecosystem. Some move in straight lines, powered by tiny flagella like microscopic motors. Others wobble, spiral, or twitch in place. Each is no larger than a speck of dust, yet together they form an essential part of Earth's biological engine. Bacteria are among the first life forms to colonize decomposing matter. They break down the leaf's cellulose and release nutrients back into the soil, fueling the growth of future plants. Without them, forests would drown in their own waste. What looks like decay is, in fact, renewal life recycling itself endlessly. And the bacteria are not alone. In the warm, moist environment of the leaf's surface, fungal hyphae long, thread-like filaments stretch across the landscape like a network of roots. These fungi act like the leaf's cleanup crew, decomposing complex molecules and sharing nutrients with other microorganisms. Some hyphae wrap around dying plant cells, feeding off them delicately. Others pierce through, forming channels where smaller creatures follow. As we zoom in further, we discover protists, microscopic eukaryotes dancing among the debris. Some resemble tiny blobs, constantly shifting shape, engulfing smaller prey like hunters in a microscopic jungle. Others spin with cilia or use pseudopods to crawl across the slimy terrain. Some of these protists glow faintly under certain light, their membranes reflecting like glass. And in one corner of the slide, a rotifer appears. With its spinning crown of cilia, it moves gracefully, like a water ballerina in a droplet-sized world. Its translucent body reveals a complex digestive system, already at work processing whatever it just swallowed. This is no simple organism. It's a fully functioning creature with muscles, nerves, and organs, all in a body smaller than a grain of sand. The more we observe, the clearer it becomes. This single decaying leaf is not dead. It is alive, teeming with creatures, each playing a role in the grand process of decomposition. We begin to see colonies of bacteria forming, tiny clusters anchored to leaf tissue, multiplying rapidly. They communicate using chemical signals, releasing molecules into the environment that alert others, attract mates, or even trigger defense mechanisms. In scientific terms, this is called quorum sensing, and it's how bacterial communities coordinate behavior like swarming or biofilm formation. Zooming out slightly, we can observe biofilms. gel-like layers where microbes stick together into surfaces, creating a slimy, protective matrix. Within these biofilms, bacteria are safer from threats like drying out or chemical attack. It's teamwork on a microscopic scale. Meanwhile, in nutrient-rich puddles along the leaf's edge, cyanobacteria photosynthetic microbes glimmer in patches of light. Even in decay, light finds its way in and life responds. Each organism here has a function. Some break down dead cells, others feed on those decomposers. Some are predators and others are prey. It is a full ecosystem, fluid, dynamic, and alive. And all of it is happening in a space smaller than the head of a pin. We often think of ecosystems as forests, rivers, or oceans. But here, within a single wet leaf, is an entire universe, a living network of cells, microbes, water, and time. A place where death and life are not opposites, but partners in an endless dance of transformation. The lesson is simple, but profound. What seems like the end of one form is only the beginning of another. Decomposition is not destruction. It is renewal. So next time you pass by a pile of soggy leaves on the forest floor, remember, under the right lens, even decay becomes beautiful. It becomes science. It becomes life magnified.